Hello, everyone. This is Don with Straight Talk. This week is via video, and I have a really special guest today, Deputy Mike Costanza. Mike and I met a few weeks ago, and he had an extraordinary story that he told me, and so I've invited him to our Straight Talk this week to talk about that story. Mike used to be a deputy sheriff with the Charleston County Sheriff's Department. He's also a former SRO, a student resource officer at Sullivan Island.
Yes, sir.
So, as some of you all know, Mike was involved in a terrible accident back in 2020 on the Don Holt Bridge. He has an extraordinary story of resiliency and being able to overcome tragedy and move forward in the future. And he's going to talk a little bit about that today. So before we do that, though, Mike, tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into law enforcement, and
Yes,
and
sir.
what you did while you were there.
I grew up learning disabled, so I was in learning disabled classes growing up. And I told my learning disabled teacher that I wanted to go to college. And she told me that I was never going to go to college. So me being me, I'll show you. So I ended up going to college, and I wanted to get, I didn't know if I wanted to become a teacher so I can coach high school sports, or if I wanted to go into law enforcement. I got to college, and the criminal justice, those classes just really interested me. I graduated from school, so I ended up applying for Charleston County, got the job, came down here. I worked on the street for longer than a year, less than two, and then I was offered a SRO position.
Okay, at Sullivan Island.
At Sullivan Island, yes, sir.
So I'm going to come back to that in a few minutes. I want to talk about your experience with children in elementary school and their abilities to dream big. But before we do that, I want to go to the tragedy that you experienced back in 2020. Could you talk about that, the struggles you went through, and how you overcame those struggles?
I saw the stalled vehicle. I stopped to help. After that, I don't remember anything. I'm told that the tow truck driver, he arrived on scene after I got there. I looked back and I saw a Ford F-350 about to hit us. I got to the front of my car. Upon impact, I stiff-armed the hood of the vehicle, which sent me flying up in the air. I hit my head on the beam of the bridge, and grace of God, I did not go over the bridge. The rehab is going to be the rest of my life. I will never be the same. I'm not able to go back to be a police officer, which I've wanted to do,
Right.
which I accomplished. I was told I couldn't accomplish back in high school by my resource teacher.
And you were able to realize your dream, although someone told you that you were not able to do that. And I remember when we first met that you were with a couple of other guys who were baseball coaches at
Blessing.
Wando High School.
That's part of the blessing.
And one of your dreams was to be a coach. And
Yes, sir.
my understanding right now that
Yes,
you're
sir.
actually one of the coaches over at
Yes, sir.
at the
Yes.
baseball team. How's that working out? Pretty good?
Yeah, it's working out. It's why I keep on telling people it's been more of a blessing than a curse.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing part of my dream.
That's really good, really
Yeah.
good story. Let me ask you this. So one of my focuses as superintendent is to make sure that all of our kindergarten students are able to dream about their futures, not just as kids, but as adults.
Never give up.
Never give up. So talk a little bit more about that. So you were at elementary school, Sullivan Island Elementary as SRO, so you saw a lot of little kids.
I did.
You had the struggles that you had in your life early on. You overcame those struggles. So what advice would you give parents of little kids, as well as teachers and students themselves about dreaming?
Don't let someone else define who you are in life. Don't let someone tell you that you cannot do something. you define who you are. And you know what? If you want to be something, then go be that person.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. So to the audience, has been Deputy Mike Costanza talking about his dreams and how he was able to make those a reality. And Mike, I really look forward to coming out and watching one of the Wando High School baseball games.
Yes, sir.
Well, quite an inspirational story there. I
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate you coming in and sharing that story with me and with the CCSD family.
Thank you,
Michael,
guys.
thanks a lot.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.